Hello everyone. It's James again. I do want to say sorry for the long break between videos. But as usual, life circumstances happened. But I'm sure you understand. And I do thank you for that. Also thank you all for your support. Subscribing. Commenting. I do appreciate it. So what are we going to talk about today? I want to talk about something that goes in line with my last video. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, I will leave a link for it in the box below. And the title of this video says it all. Narcissists, psychopaths, and demons in another dimension. Now for those of you that have watched my videos for some time now. No. One video I might talk just about narcissists and their traits. Another video I might talk about the men and women differences when it comes to narcissism and how it affects men and women relationships. I also talk about in a broader sense the narcissism in our world and where it comes from. And those that run this earth. And how they brainwash the masses to become more narcissistic and evil in their dealings with their fellow man or woman. But then there's a deeper layer I touch on. And that's the supernatural. Now I will say this today. And I will say it in the future. If someone doesn't share the same beliefs as me, or some others here, it doesn't offend me. I can watch a video, let's say, of someone that I might not agree with everything they say. Or maybe their message is good but their language isn't the best, if you know what I mean. I can still gain something by knowing how to discern and get the meat. And spit out the bones. The reason for me making such videos is many of us do have beliefs. And if you look at the experiences many of us had with regards to narcissistic abuse, and then you start reading the Bible, you see these same patterns play out in regards to evil people and those that mistreated us. And in regards to the demons that are spoke about as well. Then you go a step further. And you learn about what we call demons in a variety of different cultures. And despite the name differences, they all have the same characteristics. And that's that of a narcissist. Feeding on the pain, misery, and energy of its victim. Now let's say you still don't believe. Hey, I completely understand your doubts. But the most important thing to take from this is, you might not believe. But many, not all, but many that run this world, or this planet we call Earth, do believe. They believe in Satan or Lucifer. And they believe in Yahshua. Or as some know him as Jesus Christ. When you do your research, you will find year after year, decade after decade, and century after century, you have those that run this world, or the elite. And these people do ritual after ritual, and sometimes openly admitting such things, to somehow summon power, and somehow gaining enlightenment by doing such things. And one has to ask themselves, if it's all fake, why would such people waste their time to do such things? Again, if you believe it's fake, I completely understand. But you have to ask yourself, why on earth would these people waste their time if they weren't getting results? Remember, you're talking about the most powerful people in the world. And there were some individuals that have come out that worked for such people. That said, they thought it was all hogwash. Until they got deeper into things and noticed the real happenings and results from their demonic activities. And then they became a believer. As a result, some of them got deeper into it. And some rightfully were scared out of it completely. This is important when you start to look at the agenda that is being pushed on us worldwide. Why? Why? Why are these so-called people pushing such evil on everyone? And to brainwash us into giving up decency and walking in the way of the narcissist? Well, the easy and quick answer is this. Narcissists love to change others into narcissists. Just like the vampire story. We know that from our upbringing. That our narcissist parents did their best to screw us up completely. But many that run this earth, they are doing what they are doing for even deeper reasons. Yes. They do feed on the pain of others. But you have to remember, these people, or so-called people, are doing rituals and talking to what they believe are demons. Now you may believe they are talking to thin air, but they believe they are talking to demons. And guess what they believe those demons want? That's right. Human suffering and pain. And they believe that bringing that into reality on a mass scale will give these demons what they want and desire. And these people, or so-called people, will be rewarded with great power and riches. Now take a look around you. All of those that are super powerful and rich. And if you look back far enough regarding such people, you will see where these types of rituals were the norm. At least for some of them. And besides gaining all of this power, they think by pushing and speeding up all the events in the Bible, that will somehow bring the end closer to where they believe the one they worship, Lucifer, will be the winner. And they will have a place or rulership in his kingdom. At least this is what many of them think. Again, there are people that deal or work for such people that think this is all hogwash. But there are many that don't. So why is this important for you to know? You will know how those that do evil on this planet really think. Oh, come on. Can't we talk about evil people without all this supernatural talk? Yes. We can. And we have. But completely skipping over it would be doing everyone a disservice. Because they would be missing a very important component on how some, not all, but how some of these evil people think and what they are trying to push on all of us. Again, if it wasn't important, why do they do such things? Why do they do these strange rituals? If it's all garbage. Now something to keep in mind. The old Hollywood, meaning the Hollywood in the 40s and 50s, was openly and heavily into this kind of stuff. Many stars would talk openly about their psychic they would consult before taking a movie role or before dating a certain person. Which is why during this time, if you talk to anyone born in that era, they will tell you, even amongst Christians, that fortune telling, crystal balls, and tarot cards were very popular. Even when the Bible tells you to not engage in such activity. Because you sadly are talking to demons that don't want the best for you. But they want to tempt you away from God. And sadly that's what happened as a result. Many Christians found themselves depending more on what their psychic had to say, instead of praying for discernment from the God they said they believed in. But again, if there was no direct results, why would these movie stars waste their time dealing with such things? And no, many of them didn't start this kind of thing when they were rich and famous. Many in desperation would seek these types of people out, hoping for an answer to get the fame they were out there seeking. And because they followed the advice of these psychics and others that dealt in the supernatural, they of course became believers. And many got deeper and deeper into this occult type activity because of course they met others that were further along in this witchcraft or sorcery. Now again, you might think it's complete nonsense. But there are a great amount of people that are on the side of evil that believe it to be real, and are pushing such an agenda. So what I will ask is, when you watch certain videos, no matter it be mine or some others, and they touch on such subjects, don't take it in a negative way. But take it as a positive that you are learning what some people are really thinking out there, and how you can better navigate around it. Just like we do with the average everyday narcissists. It's all education. Again, with that said, I encourage any of you out there, read the Bible from front to back. Then look into many of the people that run this earth, and what they believe. And then you will start to see some creepy things line up. And not for the better, I might add. And hey, you still may not be a believer. But at least you will be informed. Informed as to what the agenda truly is that is being pushed on all of us. To turn us all into narcissists that do nothing but evil towards one another. Something to think about. Well, that's all I have for right now. Again, I do thank you for your subscription. If you haven't already, please do so. Also, click the little bell to be notified each and every time I make a new video. Also comment and like. The more likes are on such a video, the better chance it has to be pushed to the front of YouTube. And if you are so inclined to support this content further, you can do by the way of Patreon. And for those that have already, I'm humbled and I thank you. And those that can't, I completely understand. Your viewership is enough. With that said, let's continue to pray for wisdom. Let's continue to pray for strength. And let's continue to pray for courage. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.